So just a couple of days ago, we had the 2-year anniversary of the release of CS2, September 27, 2023. CS2 dropped, and again, that day, the 2-year anniversary, it came and went, and we didn't get some big new, second year anniversary update. We didn't get any new content just yet or anything like that, but we do have Valve teasing us about something big that is likely to be coming very, very soon. So even though, we didn't get the crazy new update just yet, that doesn't mean something isn't right around the corner, and that is what we're going to be talking about in this video today. But of course, first I just want to mention my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, PayPal, any other payment method, whatever, hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below, and my Discord community is going to be linked down there as well. Feel free to join the community or DM me over on Discord if that's the best way for you. We've been getting some big deals done lately. I bought some really cool stuff like, this Bayonet Doppler Phase 4, really cool. Vulcan, one of my favorite skins in the game. Bloodsport might be my favorite AK skin, and this Survival Knife Damascus Steel. So if you are looking to cash out any of your expensive skins, gloves, knives, bolt cases, maybe sell your entire inventory, whatever, hit me up. We can get a big deal done today. With that being said, let's get right into this. So this, it turns out, was, a fake tweet. Counter-Strike on Twitter did not change their banner, nothing like that. I know there were actually some people who were a little bit upset, a little bit butthurt, like, oh, CS didn't, tweet about their 2-year anniversary. They didn't give us some new update. They didn't, make a post, whatever. And for me personally, I don't really care. Is the 2-year anniversary since CS2 came out really that big of a deal? I maybe get like the 1-year anniversary, the 5, the 10, whatever, but we're really like every single year we have to get a post, a content of like, this is the 2nd year, the 3rd year, the 4th year, the 5th year. Like, when does it end? When does it stop? That's not really something I'm worried about or going to care about too much. Now, as a community, if we want to celebrate the 2nd year anniversary or, make some content, or like Anomaly made the video about the 2nd anniversary and all that stuff, I think that's great. That's awesome. Whatever. People should do that. But like, is it the developer's job to celebrate every single anniversary? And then you start throwing in like, oh, this is the CS2 anniversary. This is the Counter-Strike as a whole anniversary. This is the anniversary of when CSGO died. This is the anniversary of, the CS2 beta, and then the CS2, when the idea of CS2 was created. Like, we end up with all these different things. I don't know. It feels like when you check your phone and there's like, like a random different holiday every single day. It's like, oh, this is National Cookie Day, then National Brownie Day, then, and if you're not celebrating every single one, like, fuck you, or whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't really care that much that CS2 didn't tweet about, or we didn't get some new update, or whatever. All I care about is, are they working on things behind the scenes? Do we have something new coming soon? And I think that is definitely the case. We have, a ton of people on Twitter starting to, rumor and kind of speculate and get excited and get hyped up and get ready. Price Empire, they're getting the community excited. They said, rumor has it this week's CS2 update could be nuts. Now, again, do I think they have any insider information? Do I think they are talking about anything specifically, or know what they're talking about at all? No, I definitely don't. I think they're just kind of engagement farming, hyping people up, getting excited. But again, it does just show that a lot of people in the community, a lot of, big people in the community do expect something coming very, very soon. And that's not shocking. That's not weird, since we already have the tweet and the news from Counter-Strike that we're going to be getting those Armory collections removed sooner rather than later. Again, we don't know exactly when. It still says, like last chance to redeem these or whatever, but the last chance is going on a couple weeks now, so it hasn't really been the last chance. When, when it says last chance for the limited edition items, that's like you have like 24 hours or something, but this last chance lasts a couple weeks, so it seems like you're getting, a second and third and a fourth chance, but whatever. Still, it means eventually the day is going to come where you're not going to have the chance to redeem those things in the Armory anymore. And it's possible they could remove those and then not immediately replace them with something new. But again, I think most people are expecting, and kind of the community consensus is that they're going to remove them and replace them with some new stuff very, very soon. But at the same time, what Valve is teasing and why we think something could be coming sooner rather than later is this. Counter-Strike actually just tweeted out on the 26th, again, this is the day before that 2-year anniversary of CS2 that everyone is so hyped up and excited for, working on some punk tactics for future Premier matches with our coaches, Joey Valance and Hey Bray. Now, I have no idea who these guys are, but obviously they're taking a picture at the Valve headquarters. They got the Valve thing there. Obviously, this is Counter-Strike on Twitter. They're talking about Premier matches. They're talking about different stuff like that. But who are these people? That's what I didn't exactly know or understand. Joey Valance, whatever. He's apparently a producer, half of JVB. And then we have Bray, who, hey, he's Bray. He's also half of JVB. You can see here he is followed by CS2 on Twitter. And when I looked him up, Joey Valance and Bray, they are a hip-hop duo. So obviously this has something to do with music, something to do with the new music kit, something like that. But obviously, when new music kits do get released, they're usually part of a bigger update. A whole update isn't usually, hey, we just decided to drop a new music kit on you, whatever. But it does seem like, they're agreeing on some kind of deal, they're working on a music kit, or they're talking about something that's going to be coming out very, very soon. This guy said on Twitter, me too, he said, imagine the birthday update is just a music kit and collection changes. Surely not, right? And it's very possible that this could be it. It's very possible we get an Armory collection rotation and some new music kits, maybe some other new content like that. I know a lot of other people in the community, they don't like when updates are just kind of skin or content related or whatever. They're saying, Valve is money grabbing or whatever. But at the same time, I don't really have that big of an issue as long as the, gameplay changes and things like that do still kind of continue in the background, which I think Valve does pretty consistently do with a lot of the other smaller updates and even some of the bigger updates as well. But I know some other people are also looking for, map changes, obviously anti-cheat updates, maybe gameplay changes. Some people want like a new gun added to the game or balance changes with the guns or different stuff like that. So obviously I'm down for whatever. I do like when we get map rotation, map changes, new maps out of the game. I'm still really excited for Cache to eventually be added. I'm still really excited for Cobble to eventually be added, and obviously new collections to come with those maps as well. But yeah, if Valve is working on something big, I'm talking about multiple different collections, because again, if they're removing graphic design and gallery case and character craft sticker, it means we're going to need some kind of new cosmetic collection, whether it be agents or patches or more stickers or whatever. But we're also probably going to need a new case, and we're probably going to need a new weapon collection as well. So that's actually a lot of different stuff to be working on. Is Valve going to do all that and a new music kit and some gameplay changes and map changes and all that? I don't know. Maybe those updates are just going to be spaced out a little bit more over time, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I think people just love to get mad. Again, people are getting mad about, no CS2 anniversary, second year update. People are getting mad about, if they just do cosmetic changes, even if they throw in some gameplay changes, people are going to be mad that the anti-cheat's not more up to date, whatever. Like, I don't know. Sometimes you can just never win. But Maxim does say here that last time Valve released a new music kit was together with the Ancient Nighttime update, along with upgraded shader materials, a new limited M4 in the Armory, and a bunch of important fixes and miscellaneous stuff. So take that as you will. Again, this was a time when the M4 Solitude came out and we got Nighttime Ancient, which again, I really love the Nighttime maps. I think it's really cool. A ton of the skins look insane. Like Train has kind of really become that best map for getting inspects of your weapons and the raindrops on your stuff and how the light shines on it. Like items just look beautiful on Train. I haven't really gotten to take a look at Nighttime Ancient as much, but I'm sure it's pretty good as well. I do think it's weird that they have Nighttime Ancient and Daytime Ancient. When you play Ancient Premier, it's the daytime mode. Like, why is it not just changed to one map? Whatever, I don't know, but point being here, when they do release a new music kit or new music kits drop or stuff like this comes out, there's other stuff alongside it, which is what we're hinting at here, which is why, again, them tweeting out this picture, them teasing some kind of new content coming in terms of music kit and stuff, also means that other new stuff is likely right around the corner. Ozzy tweeted out, how are your cope levels for the big CS2 update this week? He's expecting or hoping for maybe a Cache and Lake release, retake game modes being added, an actual good mission system, which is a very, very big thing that they need. Again, I know that we had the mission system added to CS2 not too long ago, but honestly, even when I've been playing the game, I hardly even notice the missions. They're not something I'm going to go out of my way to do. I'm not going to play a different game mode or play a different map or play a different weapon or whatever than I would want. I'm not going to have less fun just to complete some missions for like a meaningless amount of XP that doesn't really even do anything for me. Like if they actually had a good mission system that gave meaningful rewards or was actually a part of the, the stuff people would want to do anyway, maybe it would actually get people to play the game more. But I can't imagine the current mission system right now is actually increasing, play time or the player base or anything like that. And also, he says, what about a new case with gloves? And that's a really, really big thing. We haven't gotten new gloves or a new case with gloves in it in quite some time. Obviously, the couple CS2 cases we've gotten, the Kilowatt case, the Gallery, the Fever, those have all had knives in it. People are wondering, is a new case going to have Kukri knives again? Is a new case going to have the Fever case knives in it? Is a new case going to have gloves in it? Is it going to have all kinds of new knives? Is it going to have twin blade knife? There's so many new ways they could go with the new case, so it's definitely going to be very, very interesting to see, what we have in terms of new cases and collections and stuff like that. Thor, same type of stuff here. He's saying Wednesday. He's saying, what are you doing next Wednesday? That's obviously hinting back to when CS2 officially dropped and released, but now getting hyped up for some kind of new updates and new content once again. Ozzy tweeted out, what is Valve teasing here? Wrong answers only. I thought this was kind of a funny thread. Some people saying new operation. They're going to add a music kit and somehow manage to break grenades or something. They're working on Cache, 128 tick, anti-cheat and CL Bob. Music kit. We get dildos to fuck ourselves when we get disappointed from the game. Some super funny stuff there. I don't know. Also, I didn't know this, that apparently Joey Valence and Bray, they have this new Punk Tactics album that, Valve was kind of hinting at in that tweet. Didn't know that. Also, in the files for the game right now, apparently it is looking like we are finally going to get the prototype keys for the Train and Anubis collection skin makers. Again, it's crazy to me that those don't come out as soon as those collections drop, and I know that's what some other people have said here. They should ship it with the first update, to be honest. Same with the major winter trophies for the pros. I don't know why they take so much time for this stuff instead of planning it ahead, because, yeah, this is stuff they know is going to come. Again, they know there's going to be a major winner. Why are they not shipping out the major winter trophies right away? Why do they not have these prototype rewards and keys and stuff coming out right away? Whatever, but sooner rather than later, these are a very, very cool collector item, for the people who do get put into these collections and cases. So congratulations to them. Hopefully, these do get shipped out soon, but it seems like they are coming. They're in the works. And again, those will probably be part of some update as well, because they're not just going to get added to the game without, some kind of update or whatever coming with it. And also, this is a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't really have a chance to throw this into another video. I was thinking about, should this be its own video? Should I just include it here at the end? But Valve has, again, they get a lot of criticism, and it's all very, very fair about the anti-cheat not being up to par and, case farming and bots and all this different stuff. But it does seem like they have been trying some stuff. They are working on some stuff behind the scenes. Recent updates to VAC Live have increased detection risk. One of the cheat Discord groups members sent me this screenshot. We advise all users to refrain from utilizing any internal or external cheats at this time unless your provider has explicitly confirmed their safety. Recent updates to VAC Live have increased detection risk, and continued use without confirmation may result in penalties. Gabe Fowler said here, cheat community is crying that a silent update to CS2's VAC anti-cheat has annihilated almost all known cheats, including some wall hacks and trigger bots that work through DMA cards. Gabe Fowler said there's also a Reddit thread about it. Feel free to share anything there. 1309, 913, September 13th. Major VAC Live updates leave cheaters crying, which is obviously good news, good sign. Apparently, this wave also nuked case farming bots, which, again, anytime we have armory updates, like, again, the armory ROIs massively increased once Valve announced that some of those collections were going to be getting discontinued. So that makes bot farming and star farming, and all that stuff even more profitable. And again, those bots, not only are they farming items and farming stars and all that stuff, they're actually taking money out of your pocket because they're creating increased supplies of all these different items. And yeah, maybe that's lowering prices of items, and people are like, oh yeah, that's great, I want cheaper stuff. But again, that makes your armory stars worse. That makes your weekly care package drop worth less. That makes all your inventory worth less and stuff like that. And if the bot and farming and all that system was under better control, skins would be worth more, inventories would be worth more, your armory stars would be worth more, ROIs would be higher, all of that good stuff. So I really do hope they get that stuff under control, especially right now, like I said, with ROIs increasing and with new armory content potentially right around the corner. They're going to be even more incentive to continue farming and all that stuff. So hopefully Valve can get that underway. Dima Wallhack said, tried playing Premier in 25,000 ELO lobbies and found 0 cheaters in 4 games. I think CS2 might be healing slowly, but unfortunately, this was kind of a short-lived victory because High and a lot of other people on Twitter as well said about the new secret VAC update. There were updates to anti-cheat, that's true. Some cheating features started to get detected, but cheat devs adjusted very fast and fixed their software. Nothing changes. This update fixed the game for less than a day. So again, I'm not saying that the anti-cheat is here. I'm not saying that the anti-cheat is solved. I'm not saying that CS2 is now fixed and it's perfect and it's all that, but I am saying that Valve is working on things. They are making changes. Obviously, it's a never-ending cat and mouse game between Valve and the cheaters and all that different stuff, but they are working on a lot of different things behind the scenes right now. It does seem like they're teasing some big gameplay changes, some content changes, some updates, all that stuff, while also, maybe, working on VAC Live and anti-cheat and all that stuff. So, I don't know. Seems like an exciting time. I think CS2 is going to have a very, very strong end to the year. Hopefully we'll, end 2025 strong and get into 2026 on a good note. There's still tons of issues. There's still tons of things that need to be fixed. There's still tons of, content that people are hoping for and expecting for and wanting over the next couple of years. But again, this is just the second full year completed of CS2. We're just getting started. I think the future is bright ahead. We'll have to see what happens from here. Pretty much every video today, guys. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Until then, peace.